This is me, healthy, wealthy, inspired. If this is the first time you're tuning into my podcast, welcome. If you're a regular listener, thank you for your support. Today is the first episode of 2026. There are no guests, no interview notes, no interviewer, namely me. But it's just me, Isme, speaking directly to you. Over the past while, this podcast hasn't had the same regularity you were used to, so I wanted to take a moment to gently explain why and to name the season I'm currently in. This is a season of holding space for loss in my life. Many of you know that in recent years I lost my father, and in January 2026 I lost my mother. I walked with her through the final phase of her life, one of the most sacred missions of my life, and that experience required my full presence, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and practically. And it has transformed my view of life and death and dramatically changed the rhythm of everything. As you can well imagine, during that time, creating content for my podcast wasn't where my energy belonged. My attention was needed elsewhere, advocating for my mom, then loving, listening, and finally letting go when the time naturally arrived. I want to be clear about this. I do not regret that pause because some seasons ask us to show up differently, and this certainly was one of them. I'm now at the very beginning of my grief journey. I don't have lessons wrapped up neatly. I don't yet have the kind of perspective that comes with distance and time. What I have instead is a set of questions. What is the meaning of my life when the very people who provided its strongest foundation are no longer here with me? How do I mourn a beautiful story that has ended without allowing grief to destroy me? How do I allow grief into my life and to gently let it pass through me? How will this experience of loss shape the rest of my life? Can I witness my pain without letting it consume me? How will this loss shape my spiritual identity? And who or what will carry me when the grief feels so dark? Can my pain of loss become a source of transformation, moving me toward greater peace? The only honest answer I have right now is this: I don't know. But what I can do is not pretend. I can continue to show up in life and keep walking, albeit more slowly and more consciously, while acknowledging that grief still lives in the quieter recesses of my mind, my heart, and my soul. As I continue with this podcast, you may hear conversations, that is, in between my regular episodes, more now about death, dying, grief, caregiving, and the kinds of support that exist for families during these moments. I hope to be speaking with people who can bring clarity, compassion, and humanity to experiences we so often avoid talking about. This isn't a departure from the heart of this podcast. This is me, healthy, wealthy, inspired, has always been about health, healing, living with vitality, purpose, and meaning. And sometimes that means being willing to enter the hardest, most challenging chapters of life. So with this in mind, I will soldier on. But before closing today, I'd like to invite a brief moment of silence. Wherever you are, allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to relax, and your breath to slow down. Take a few breaths in and out, in and out, in and out. And if you're carrying loss, let's carry it together. If you have beautiful memories of your loved ones, let's be grateful for them. If you're still caring for someone, know that we thank you for your sacred and loving dedication. And if you're simply listening, may this conversation plant a seed of compassion for yourself and for others, because this is a deeply universal human experience from which no one is exempt. Thank you for being here and for allowing me to show up honestly. I'll continue this journey, and I'm grateful that you're walking alongside me.